Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 8 and 9. I welcome you in my lesson number 13. As you know, we were discussing in our previous lesson noun phrase. We discussed pre modifiers and post modifiers. In my this lesson, I'll give you further detail of post modifiers. As you know, prepositional phrase coming after this noun and this noun, they are called post modifiers, giving information about house and person, and the whole part is called noun phrase. Similarly, gerund phrase kept after the noun man and girl standing next to you talking to them, they are gerund phrases and they are post modifiers giving information about these noun, and altogether they are called noun phrase. So noun phrase house with no furniture, person in the black shirt, man standing next to you, and girl talking to them, they are called post modifiers. They are nouns and altogether they are called noun phrases. Now see next example of post modifier: to teach English. These words are added with this noun. To wear is added with this clothes. They are nouns and they are additional words. Additional words are called post modifiers, and here they are having name infinitive phrase. If we put to and then verb, teach, this teach is a verb, but when it comes after to it becomes infinitive. Similarly, wear is verb, but when it comes after to it becomes infinitive. So post modifiers, infinitive phrases added to noun after the nouns teacher and clothes, they are making noun phrases. Like to teach English is post modifier, and to wear is post modifier, and the name of these post modifiers is infinitive phrase. And when these infinitive phrases are added to nouns, like after the nouns, they are called, they make then noun phrase. So teacher to teach English is a noun phrase, clothes to wear is a noun phrase. And if I put them in sentence, if I make complete sentence of these, for example, teacher to teach English, infinitive phrase I'm keeping there, teacher to teach English, I make a sentence using that noun phrase. I don't have teacher to teach English. Here teacher is noun, post modifier, infinitive phrase is to teach English, and complete sentence is I don't have. So I don't have, this is not having any concern with that. Teacher noun and to teach English, this is post modifier, which is infinitive phrase added with this noun, and this whole part is functioning as noun phrase in this complete sentence. I don't have teacher to teach English. Okay, one more thing. Teacher to teach English, this part, this noun phrase is coming in this whole sentence after the subject and after the verb. So teacher to teach English is noun phrase and functioning as object. See your next example. Clothes to wear, clothes noun, to wear infinitive phrase, post modifier, and modifying this noun clothes. And if I use this infinitive post modifier, infinitive phrase added with this word clothes, which is noun, and it make a complete noun phrase. This noun phrase, if I use in a sentence, it will be like this: she doesn't have clothes to wear. She doesn't have clothes to wear. Clothes noun, to wear infinitive phrase, which is post modifier, and altogether clothes to wear is noun phrase. And in this complete sentence, in fact, this is coming after the subject and verb, so this is acting as object in this sentence. In complete sentence, this is functioning as object. She doesn't have clothes to wear. Clothes noun, and to wear infinitive phrase, which is post modifier coming after the noun, and this part is called noun phrase. In this whole sentence, this is functioning as object because it is coming after subject and verb. Okay, now see your next example. Man who gave me some money, book you gifted me last week. Man is noun, who gave me some money. Now this is a clause because it is a complete sentence, like having subject and verb. Who is functioning as subject and gave is a verb. But this is again incomplete when I say who gave me some money. It will not be having any complete sense until I put a subject or a proper noun there with that, like man who gave me some money. This is a clause according to the rules, and inshallah in my further lessons I'll teach you that what a clause is. Clause is the opposite of phrase. It has subject and verb. Who is a relative pronoun, so starting with who, this part is called relative clause. Relative clause. And this relative clause is post modifier giving information about noun, so this whole phrase is called noun phrase. Noun, post modifier, and in this post modifier the name of this part is relative clause. Relative clause qualifying this noun man, and the whole part man who gave me some money is called noun phrase. Similarly, book, it's a noun. Post modifier is you gifted me last week. Book that you gifted me, there comes that. Book that you gifted me last week, that is, this that is called a relative pronoun, and after this that you gifted me last week, this is relative clause, and this relative clause is called post modifier which qualifying book, so the whole part is called noun phrase. Book is noun, that is relative, this word is relative pronoun, and after this word this part is a relative clause, because subject is there and verb is there, subject and verb is there, so this is clause. What is clause, inshallah I'll teach you further. That, this is relative pronoun, so this part is a relative clause and post modifier and qualifying book. Okay, similarly further, the girl talking to them, they are called noun phrases. Again, the girl talking to them. Now you are seeing that this is noun, and here a tall boy who can fight. This is noun. You can see a word before the noun and words after the noun. Here, two words before the noun and then a phrase after the noun. Sometimes you have such situation that here I told you that they are functioning as object because they're post modifiers. Here we are having pre modifier and post modifier together, and they are making noun clause. The girl talking to them, this is pre modifier, this is post modifier, and this is noun, and this is modifying this and this is modifying this, so the whole part is called noun phrase. Like here, the is determiner, and talking to them, this is gerund phrase. This is pre-modifier related to this word noun girl, and talking to them gerund phrase. This is qualifying this, talking, giving information about this. So the whole part is related to this girl, and the girl is noun, and this whole part is called noun phrase. Similarly, boy is a noun, and a tall who can fight. Here this is article, determiner, this is tall, adjective, they are pre-modifiers. Who can fight, this is relative clause. These two, this is determiner, this is adjective, they are qualifying noun. Are tall, and here relative clause is qualifying noun. So sometimes we have such situation that there is a noun and it has pre-modifier and post-modifier, and it makes a noun phrase. Like in previous examples, I taught you that determiners are there, and which are called post modifiers. I gave you the example of post modifiers, the words which come in the before the noun, and then words which come after the noun, post modifiers. Here they function as subject if I put that in the complete sentence, and there they function sometimes as object, and sometimes we have examples of noun phrases where post and pre modifier come together. I hope that class you have understood properly the definition of noun phrase with the examples. Inshallah, now we will do exercise of page 11 exercise G related to noun phrase in next lesson. And I hope that you have understood well. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.